What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 102, EZPZ Podcast, EZPZ Studio, Des Moines, Iowa, coming at you with some fun stuff. Joining me this week, Nick.
Jesus. What's up, guys?
Pregnant pause, man.
Yeah, that was too much.
No, I'm like uncomfortable, like, still.
We're all pregnant now. And Trey.
Pregnant now, apparently.
Awesome, dudes. What's up? We have a lot to cover. Not really, but kinda. This is gonna be more of a conversational podcast going forward. Looking forward to just chatting with you guys about this, that, the other. We'll still have, we're covering pop culture as a whole, and mainly music festivals in the summer. We just have whatever the hell we want to talk about, but less of the article reading off, spewing kind of sort of segments, you know? Like,
for sure.
So yeah, it'll be more conversational. Pop your favorite drink cap open.
I did not know where he was going with that. Pop your...
Shaun is off this
Pop
morning,
your
boys.
Light your favorite scented candles if that's what you want to do.
We could
And
do.
join us for this amazing
I would be down for that.
corn-fed conversation.
Jesus Christ.
So we got some fun stuff though, for real though. We're going to talk about that repeating radio signal that happened. Aliens are incoming, fam. Kanye West dropping out and being an absolute weirdo as usual with Coachella this year. But first, let's get to Trey's predictions. Like you might have listened to 101 with Clem, Nick, and I, where we discussed our 2019 predictions. We gave around 5-ish each about whatever. Clem did all 5 for tennis.
Right.
And then we did 1 for gaming, and then we covered about, I would say 12-ish movies. And is it going to be a rotten or fresh? According to a review aggregate like Rotten Tomatoes, or blockbuster flop. So, Trey, kick it to you.
Okay, so for predictions, for games, I think that, I guess Fortnite's going to probably remain popular till probably near the end of the year, when it's probably going to, slope off in popularity because something else will come out. I expect, a good MMO to come out this year at some point, or, a good new style of game that I don't even fucking know about yet. I think, the Battle Royale shit is going to kind of fade out of popularity.
For real?
Yeah, I mean, it's been going for, 2 years pretty hard. So, I mean, it's still going to be, one of the most relevant game types. First-person shooter is still relevant.
Right.
So, I think
MOBA's still relevant.
Yeah, exactly. So, MOBA had its heyday when League of Legends was number 1. MMOs had their heyday when World of Warcraft was number 1. And now Battle Royales are just not going to be number 1. Probably after this year, I think. Maybe at the end of the year or whatever. But,
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What else
I got you written
here?
down. I got this. It's on the record.
On the record?
Yeah.
No shit. Are you actually going to go back and
Oh, yeah. No. We will. We said this in a 101, but we're going to go back. Listeners playing at home, and we'll tally up the points. We can do half points.
Oh, shit. Points.
We'll do a voting situation where we all can agree on something.
There's a pot, too. You got to pay money.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, dude. Honestly, for music, I don't really have a whole lot of predictions. I still think that EDM is going to keep taking a lion's share of the market, and probably take up even more of that as more of the rap EDM crossovers become more and more popular. So
that's pretty broad.
Yeah.
Let's narrow it down a little.
I mean, I don't really know, man. I don't know anything.
So you think that EDM will continue to rule music festival?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
It's growing, and still growing, and I think it's still on an upward
So
thing.
you don't think the bubble has burst for EDM?
No, not yet. So that'll be in 3 years or 5 years. You know what I mean? I don't think it's really reached market saturation at all yet. You know what I mean?
I got that down. That sounds good.
It's crazy to think about what's going to happen after. Because I remember when EDM happened, I was like, what the shit? And I didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
And now I love it, so.
I think that electronic music as a whole is going to be pretty much the standard moving on
just going
from music
forward. That's just what it's
forever,
going to be.
but I don't think its current rendition is what we're going to see in 20 years. It'll be way fucking crazy.
Oh, weird tangent. Sorry, but I watched this thing on Netflix, and Paris Hilton is doing VR DJ sets in Ibiza or something.
Yeah.
So she's just at her house, And then a bunch of people go to this club to see her perform like a VR DJ set.
So then they have to pay for goggles then, right?
I don't know.
Maybe
It's
like
probably part of
rented
the
or
price.
something.
No, what I mean is, yeah, just like Hush, you pay for the headphones.
Right.
Like $5 entry fee. This would probably be like $10 in Ebezians or whatever the fuck
Right.
it is.
But I don't know. I just thought that was crazy, and
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying like that's the first that anyone's ever done that. So maybe that'll become like big.
People do it on Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like legit, like where there's this one guy, like something Casper, I don't know, but he wears like a green screen suit, so you just see his hands and his head, and he just like dances with like crazy backgrounds to like dance music, you know, and it's like
How can you dance for more than like 40 minutes without dying?
Dude, this guy goes for it's like 4 hours. He's just like nonstop. Is like twirling glow sticks. You know, like, fucking crazy. Man.
I can tell you, it's cocaine.
I mean,
it's snowing wherever he is always.
yeah. I mean, Casper likes that white ghost stuff. You know.
Yeah, I think we just figured it out.
What else you got, Trey? I got 2 down.
I don't know. As far as movies, I think that Disney, like as I can see from this list, almost every movie on this list is Disney movies. They're just gonna keep on pumping out Marvel movies. They're gonna keep on pumping Disney, like what's it called? Those like CG movies, just like remakes of like Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo. They're just gonna blast all of their old properties. Mm-hmm. They're gonna like bust out like 6 more Star Wars movies next year. You know, like for real though. Like they probably
they're
actually
gonna announce like another trilogy because it ends next year.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, dude. 7, 8, 9 is 9's next year, I believe.
There's so much like opportunity for like great space movies and like similar to Star Wars even like it could be like so cool. Like think about how awesome Guardians of the Galaxy was when like we first saw that. That was just like a really unique experience compared to like all of the other space action movies. Like why the fuck can we not get something cool like Alien?
And you can definitely see some influences, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were gonna announce another Star Wars type thing happening.
Yeah, put me on the record.
Got you on the record.
I think that YouTube is going to just keep on eating up network TV. Like, I think the network TV ratings are probably this year and next year going to start really feeling it. Like, I mean, they probably already are feeling it.
Right.
But I think they are really going to start feeling it. Because right now, the only people I know that watch network TV watch sports and news. And, like, once Donald Trump is, like, voted out or whatever or impeached or something, like, no one's going to want to watch fucking news. Because that's all, like, that's the only reason, like, news is, like, hammering him all the time, dude. Is because it boosts their ratings because they have shitty ratings because no one wants to watch TV because the YouTube channels are way better than their shitty-ass propaganda.
Right.
Like, fuck. I'm in a ranty mood today.
Tell us how you really feel.
Dude, holy shit. But anyway. And then I pretty much can do this like blockbuster thing, or do I need more predictions?
If you have another one.
I don't really have any more.
You can do one gaming, then I'll make 5.
I thought I did a gaming one.
Another gaming.
Okay, another gaming one.
What do you think, who of the big publishers, because it probably will be one of them, is going to win Game of the Year?
Oh, okay, that's easy. I think that, I think Anthem's going to win it. So
wow, dude, that game looks insane. And people that just played, people in the industry just played like a big section of it, and they say that it is nuts. You feel like Iron Man.
Yeah, no, it looks, the clips I've seen look very cool. Like even the traveling, like where you're just like, have you seen this game at all?
I haven't actually.
So essentially it looks like you're in like a Halo, like kind of like mech suit type thing, but like they just show this guy like flying through this forest with like jetpacks, and the forest looks so insanely real that it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
so lush and so vibrant and so green, like and flourishing.
Well, not to mention the world is like a really cool idea for a world. So basically it's like Earth, but like, so there's humans on this planet, but like they've never heard of Earth. Like Earth isn't relevant, and this like planet was being created by like Titans, but then like the Titans gave up on making the planet, so the planet's all fucked up with like really bad weather, and like there's all these huge monsters and shit, and so it's just like rough survival, you know. Right. So it's a cool concept, you know, too.
Yeah, so cool. Anthem's gonna crush this year, possibly win Game of the Year.
Possibly.
Nice.
Like online games are like so hard to make and like so hard to like keep people on that like hamster wheel of playing, you know?
So Game of Watch. Overwatch won Game of the Year for IGN in 2016. So like it is definitely possible.
Oh, it's possible, dude. And I think that moving forward, online games are going to be winning more and more of those. But like we saw Fallout, like that's fucking hard to make a game like that.
Right,
dude. Finally, it took until after the holiday season, the Tricentennial Edition at Costco went back up to like $51.99, but still, it's supposed to be like $69.99 or $79.99. So it's like it just finally went up like $10 more, but still discounted.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, one more gaming prediction.
Yeah.
Though. So last year was like a really, really bad year for like a lot of the AAA companies. Like Activision had a really bad year.
EA had the worst year.
Really bad year for them. Did I say Bethesda? Was that the first thing I said? But anyways, like Activision. Yeah, exactly. They all had horrible years. So I honestly am excited because... And Blizzard, actually. But Blizzard Activision, never mind. That's the same company. But I think all of them are going to put out great games next year.
Right. Yeah.
Because like they really have... like a lot of scrutiny at this point. Like people are up their asshole, dude. Yeah. Like, but so
isn't there another Bethesda game coming out or like in the works or something? I thought
what is it? There is.
I think you're thinking of Outer World. That was like the old
Fallout New Vegas team that just got purchased by Obsidian. They just got purchased by Microsoft.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
that's bad.
It's good. I think Microsoft needs some first party like great games, but the Outer Worlds is coming out for everything because they purchased them afterward.
After they announced it or whatever. Yeah.
So, what is that game coming out from Bethesda though?
I thought there was one. Yeah,
there is a huge game
because people were talking about it, like hopefully redeeming them. Okay. I don't know.
Either way, I think that Fallout 76. I mean, this is a conversation for the Totally Games cast coming at you live twitch.tv/TotallyTrey on Wednesday, but at 4:30 p.m. I think that Fallout 76 is going to do a 180. I think people are going to start loving it. I think they're going to finally clean up like the bugs, the glitches. They're going to get all that like canvas nylon bag crap behind them. So,
yeah, no, I think they've already burned their bridges with the nylon bag. I think that they've already pissed off people about as bad as they possibly could with that.
Dude, totally. All right, dude, give me those movies. Tell me Fresh, Rotten, all that, all the above.
Okay, so Glass, I think that'll be a great movie. It looks kind of like unique, looks interesting. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. He's always like a good time. He's a weird dude.
Yep.
Captain Marvel.
So you think it will be Fresh, and then do you think it will?
Okay. So Fresh meaning
ratings aggregate Rotten Tomatoes,
and then blockbuster meaning
or flop means do you think it will earn enough money? It's going to be kind of subjective, but you can read it in between the lines. Like if a movie's spent $100 million to make, like Avengers, and then they only make like 80, it won't happen. But like then that would definitely be a flop, you know. Yeah. So it's gonna be kind of like subjective. We can all agree collectively next year, but so
that one will be a blockbuster and it's Fresh, and then Captain Marvel, rotten, and it's gonna flop. Us, what's Us?
Us is Jordan. Go ahead, Nick.
Sorry, Us is the new Jordan Peele movie coming out. It's a new like horror movie.
It's Fresh, and it's gonna be a blockbuster because people fucking loved Get Out. I thought it was a great movie, but I think honestly a little overrated. Like people are really freaking the fuck out about that movie.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm top 3 of the year with that movie.
It's definitely top 3 of the years, but they're like acting like he's some sort of visionary when it's just like one okay movie. But
this next if you haven't checked out the trailer yet, it looks really good.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I saw the trailer part. I just kind of forgot about it. Dumbo, rotten, but it'll probably be a blockbuster. Okay. Pet Sematary, rotten, but honestly, I don't know if there's a good appeal for that like remake.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like it's popular with like a weird subsect of like mall goths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like myself included in that.
I was gonna say,
I guess movie, I'm included. You know? Yeah, it's a cool movie. It's not gonna be. I don't know. It seems like that would be such a weird remake with CG and like making all the cats like I don't know.
It's really odd.
Is the trailer cool at least?
It looked alright, I guess.
It didn't really look like it was. I know it's not doing anything new, right? It's a remake, but like it just didn't look. Nothing caught my eye. Like nothing was like.
I'm gonna go rotten in a flop.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame. I hate Marvel. I love these Avenger. Like I loved Infinity War. I shouldn't say
Loved it.
It was so good. So I think that. I'm not going to call that one fresh. I'm going to call that one rotten, but I'll call it a blockbuster, and I'm also very excited for it. Detective Pikachu is fresh, but it's like... it'll be a blockbuster. I'm not sure how I feel about that movie as a whole. It looks kind of cool. Aladdin, rotten, and it's blockbuster. I don't know if I give a shit about that movie.
Hell no.
Does it look bad? I haven't seen the trailer for that one.
I just don't really. I never actually was really like Aladdin was never appealing for me.
I
so.
fucking loved Aladdin.
Really?
Dude. Oh my god.
Like
I could sing you every song from the first one, like right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Disney. Like they use music so they can boost like the saturate, like it being like humongous, a whole pop culture thing. Like that's why Frozen just went from 0 to 100. Like kids were singing it nonstop. Then they wanted their parents to play the DVD or Blu-ray nonstop. Mm-hmm. They just use music very, very smartly to make it so like the movies are like never ending. Like
most of the old movies were just like half musicals anyway.
Yeah.
Like they were all
Well, I don't think that was like intentionally like. So now I think it's intentional, but I think back then musicals were like a popular thing, you know. And I think they maybe realized how powerful with like the animated shit the musical was because the live action musical was dying, kind of thing. So they're like, this is the one medium that it's acceptable to still do musicals, you know. So I don't know.
All right.
I was gonna mention with Aladdin real quick. I don't remember if it was Nintendo or Super Nintendo, but did you ever play the Aladdin game?
Super really Nintendo. Hard. It was a good game.
It's hard as fuck, yeah. But I remember playing it a lot growing up with my friend Clifford.
That reminds me, there's two Nintendo games over there I want you to just take home. Oh. One of them's Skate or Die, and the other one is like the Simpsons Nintendo game.
No, what? Fucking cool looking game. I looked at it like, God damn.
Sweet, thank you.
I just like found them. I'm like donating all those Nintendo games. So.
Okay, cool.
All right, so back to freaking Fresh or Rotten here, boys.
Fresh or Rotten.
Fucking Godzilla. So that's a rotten idea. It's gonna be a blockbuster, and I'm kind of excited about it because it's like I'm calling these movies rotten because they're not original ideas.
That's not gonna get you the points, son.
Oh, so what's the? I don't get it.
I told you. So you know Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. So
okay.
Aggregate scores and shit.
Yes.
Oh fuck me. I kind of went off the rails on this one, boys. All right. Well, my score is gonna suck dick. So Godzilla. I think that's still rotten though for aggregate scores.
God, you're crazy,
dude. Okay, so I think
Mothra's gonna take your dick off.
Listen, what critic like takes himself seriously is ever going to rate that movie high? So like what I've seen from this movie is they're going back to like the really old school monster movie roots where there's like 6 monsters and they're just really fucking up the town and it's like all a battle and they're like hiring Godzilla to fucking do their dirty work and shit. And like I don't know.
It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be cool. I just don't think that a critic would ever rate it high. You know, I don't like.
The last Godzilla was like in the 70s, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes.
So is that rotten then?
That's fresh.
It's fresh.
That's like on the line, right?
You have to get like a
sucks.
No, it doesn't.
The one with fucking Ferris Bueller.
No.
Bryan Cranston, right?
Yeah, that one, the 1999 sucked. There's another one that came out in 2016.
Oh, the newer one is good.
It's good. You'd like it. I love Godzilla personally, so.
Make a new monster that's not fucking Godzilla, guys.
Blockbuster or flop?
It's a blockbuster. Toy Story 4. God damn it. It's gonna be fresh, I mean, and it's gonna be a blockbuster, but fuck you.
Jesus.
Spider-Man. Okay, like why do we need another fucking Spider-Man movie?
I love Spider-Man.
It's probably will be fresh and it'll probably be a blockbuster. Lion King, probably fresh, probably gonna be a blockbuster. Dog shit movie. Fuck.
Jesus.
Damn.
We got Trey fired up.
Dude, I'm just so mad. This is
remake.
the list for
It's literally all
dude.
remakes except for Us and Glass.
This is like all pre-2007 shit here,
Right.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucking sad. Like,
Yeah.
I think Detective Pikachu and stuff like that's gonna be interesting, but I hear you, man. Like,
but that's
when
still
we're-
just like repackaging our childhood, you know?
Yep.
It's not even a new idea. It
well, not. Well, I mean, it is a new spin on an old idea. Like,
sucks. Yeah,
essentially.
sure.
All right, so is that all of them?
Yeah, that was the whole friggin' list.
All right, we got you. You're locked in for next year.
Yeah, I fucked up
You
with
walked
like
into
2/3 of this list.
Just pick a little note there that he was going off on his own, his own scoring system.
I tried to explain the rules to you.
Well, no. So then I got like kind of just caught up in the moment, and you know.
So let's talk about the alien signal, man. Second mysterious repeating fast radio burst has been detected in space. Aliens? ? So resulting at the 233rd meeting of the American Astro Society in Seattle, this was like presented. So like I was like, what the heck? Do they have these like every 3 times a week, sometimes 1 time a week? Like 233rd meeting is how they called it. Whatever. So in 2015, first signal was this FRB blah blah blah, and then today another signal came through. They are calling it the FRB1 something, recorded 6 times from the same location, 1.5 billion light years away. Crazy our tech, like when I can't even fathom really $1 billion. I mean I can, but like as far as like how I would spend every dollar, it would take like a lot of brain power to compute that. So like to think about 1.5 billion light years away, let alone 1.5 million miles.
That's,
you know,
Takes what, like 1.5 billion years for light to get from here to there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what light speed is, right?
Okay.
Like a light year.
Dude, that's
speed.
Insane.
So it'd take 1 billion years if you were going faster than anything else that we found in the uniose.
Yeah,
it's like hard,
See-
it's hard to how are we getting signals? You know,
Right,
It's hard
like,
to
how is it even
comprehend
coming
that.
in?
Space is. I was talking with my coworker about this because like I'm not really that scared about this compared to like the ocean because I can think about a giant squid in the ocean. I can think about what's down there, a giant shark, but I don't even have like I don't feel like my brain can comprehend what's happening up there in space.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's unfathomable. Have you seen things where people will say like, because like the ocean is so vast and like all that like ocean life and like squids and like octopuses are so fucking weird looking, like nothing else on like it or like that on Earth, like that they're actually just aliens that have just like kind of taken over the ocean or whatever.
What,
Have you
dude?
seen
I'm gonna have nightmares for like 7 weeks. I hate the ocean and I'm kind of scared of getting probed.
kind of scared of
kinda scared of
getting
getting
probed. It's kind of exciting, Shaun. I enjoy it.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, man, 1.5 billion light years away, they got this same signal. They're thinking it's just being created from a powerful astrophysical phenomena. The hypothesis is that the source is just bursting. It's just like bursting these signals, and that is like not something that would happen unless it was something that was doing it on purpose. I guess is what the hypothesis behind it is. A dense supernova. So I don't actually. I'm an astrophysicist. You know, I don't know much about space and all that kind of thing. But basically, at the end of the day, this is just. It's life changing because like we've never had this situation happen before. We've never had these repeating signals from a single source. And then with this kind of like architecture behind the signals, like it's just this burst and it's continuous. And so, man,
I don't think it's game changing because, like, I mean, by the time that signal got to us, like that probably happened like maybe billions of years. Yeah, so it's a radio signal slower than light, so it's taken over 1 billion years to get here. So like, it's like so irrelevant. Like I don't know.
that's a good point.
It's just
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like hard to understand what this even means for someone that doesn't know astro.
All you need is a black hole. Get here and lickety split. Literally,
In the movies that taught us anything.
that's what that's what those are. What was I gonna say?
You were gonna say that you wanted to get probed, duh.
Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
get
obviously,
bro.
yeah.
Just send a signal up, and in 1.5 billion years from now, they'll come here and get.
That's what I was gonna say.
probe you.
Speaking of probing, no, that what was that like gold record that we sent out into space in like the 60s or 70s?
Oh, it was
like,
on the Hubble Space Telescope or whatever, and they just put like a gold record, and then like they had
it was like some of our music and language.
yeah, stuff like that, and then like the fucking picture of like the guy on the, not on the cross, like the Da Vinci picture, you know what I'm talking about, showing like the dimensions of a human, and then like there's like a bunch of stuff like just like basic shit to try to like, I think there's even coordinates for our planet, which I think is the absolute worst fucking thing we can do. The absolute worst thing we can do is like try to respond to that. So like, we're talking worst case scenario. They're just like baiting people, you know. They're like, we'll just toss out some radio signals, and maybe at some point we'll hear something back. We can go fucking devour them and fucking make them our slaves.
That's the premise of like
Turn us all into hot dogs.
That's like the premise of 4 different like alien movies that I've watched recently, you know. Like they get a random signal and then they go try to check it out.
So you're all for not responding, right, guys? Or,
I mean, it'd be fucking amazing to like get brought into like an intergalactic federation, but there's no incentive for a civilization to do that. There's like no one, like, unless these guys are like way enlightened, which, as far as I know about life, like I've seen like animals tear each other apart. Like life does not care about other life. You know what I'm saying?
Life does not care about life. I actually, Annihilation is on Hulu now. I just watched that, and I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, no, it's a weird movie. It's open to a lot of interpretation, you know, and like just definitely kind of like a tripped out movie.
Totally. I loved it visually. I loved like the refractive little like bubble that they were in and shit, but like at the end there, I don't know, spoiler alert, whatever.
With the monster thing or whatever.
Yeah, where it was like mirroring her or whatever. Like, I don't know. I know there's like some deeper meaning behind it, but like,
yeah, no,
I totally.
Any movie now that's trying to like get you to like think that there's deeper meaning is just trying to fuck with your head and make you interpret like the meaning, and that will make, depending on how you interpret the movie, will decide if you liked the movie or hated the movie.
Right.
You know? So
Annihilation's legit though. It was one of my favorite movies of last year.
Yeah.
You liked it a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Visually, it was awesome. I loved it. I just wish I like knew what it was trying to say. Or maybe you're right. Maybe it's not trying to say shit, and they
really
just want you to
trying to say shit. Dude.
want you to make up your own opinion about it.
It was like trying to be like visually cool, like you said, like the person bursting into flowers, essentially. You know, like it was
Trey's favorite movie of film 2018, right?
Yeah,
one of them. Yeah,
definitely. I like did a really bad job with my best of 2018. I think like overall, I think I did a horrible job. So I just have a hard time remembering like a whole calendar year for like what it is, because the years kind of like blend together at this point. So I don't know if it was like end of 2017 or beginning of 2018 that shit happened, or even like larger gaps than that. Because I thought like some shit that happened in like 2016 happened last year. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
yeah, I hear you. So you guys aren't scared about this? Not scared about them coming and probing you?
I'm scared that if we send a signal out and somebody closer hears it, and they're like,
dude,
yo.
Exactly. Like 1.5 billion years, like light years. Like I said, like I can't even think about like how far that is, right? I've never even been across the ocean, like let alone like understanding how far away that is. And like you said, Trey, this signal came to us. Who knows how long it actually was produced?
Well, okay.
Or signals, excuse me.
Then think about it this way too. Like, okay, if they have faster than light capabilities or whatever, and they were actually trying to get in contact with someone, they wouldn't do the radio signal because it's slower than them just going there. Yeah. So they just be like, I'll just go.
Yeah.
You know? If they had like the technology.
Yeah, if we can get there faster, we're gonna go there faster. Like, we're gonna communicate in the fastest way we can. We're not gonna fucking wait billions of fucking years to hear back when we can go so fast.
Yeah.
Like,
and some would argue that they're sending out those waves or whatever to see, you know, to kind of probe, because they don't know if we have like crazy anti-alien technology or some shit, you know. No, so they're trying to play it safe.
We got nukes that we can drop on them when they land, so then we have a lot of like life here killed too. Yeah. That's pretty much like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know like what kind of tech they have secretively out there in the FBI's and whatever.
Nothing
CIAs.
compared to alien
Dude.
civilization billions of years away that got here real quick.
Yeah, nothing.
I hate but love all that alien conspiracy stuff because like there's definitely like presidents have gone on the record and said like the aliens are, you know, they research aliens and shit. Like, you know, like I think Kennedy was a big proponent of like aliens and shit. Like,
Seems like some weird shit happened in the 60s. I don't know.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
If
Well, I mean, that's-
National Enquirer keeps like posting the same alien image from the 60s. There's something to it. Maybe the National Enquirer is owned by aliens.
it's kind of the same thing with me and ghosts. Like, you know, enough people. There's so many different like stories from so many different sources.
Those are just there's a
that
lot of
just,
mentally
like-
ill people in the world, dude.
Oh my god.
Ghosts are not.
That's a big
Yeah, hold on.
yikers.
Ghosts or what?
Everything, man. Like, so there's like so many things I want to say right now. That I want to comment on like the aliens in
Yes.
the 60s. I want to comment on ghosts. I just
Hey,
really
man,
don't
it's like-
even know where to go.
It's a conversational podcast, homie.
The floor is yours.
So the aliens in the
Yay or nay? Ghosts and aliens, yay or nay?
Okay, ghosts, no. Aliens exist, never were here. There's no... Everything in the world is like on, like... I don't know. There's so much work that would have to go into hiding aliens. So much work.
Yeah.
And like the government can't even get along enough to like build an unnecessary wall between like here in Mexico. So like why the fuck would they be like so coordinated that they could like completely fool millions and millions of people that have never been able to take a real picture of this because their cameras are always out of focus the exact second. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I'm with
I
you,
mean-
dude. And that kind of logic kind of apply to so many facets of the government's out to get you. Because, like, look, yeah, we can't even get our
They're
shit
so
together.
fucking uncoordinated, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I do think the government's fucked up and shit in a lot of ways, and a lot of it has to do with like money. But like, I just don't think that they're coordinated except for in their like high level military tactical shit. In which,
Right. So like Area 41.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean,
Area
'cause-
51.
51 is it?
Yeah,
63,
51.
Area 47. I don't remember.
Fallout 76
Yeah.
sucked, remember?
Is it 51? Yeah, Area
It is 51, yeah.
You're right.
I played an Area 51 video game for
Dude, on the
Xbox.
Well, on Xbox. Do you remember the arcade one?
Oh, yeah,
like,
definitely.
You just like blast with the little.
What about there's one for like PlayStation I played.
For sure.
Aliens or wait, Attack All Humans or something like that.
Oh, dude, I love that game.
Annihilate all humans.
No, it was
or
attack-
Exterminate.
Exterminate all humans.
I know
or
what you're
something
talking
like
about,
that.
where
Yeah,
you're just like murder all the humans.
You're
So you're playing like a little alien.
little
that,
alien
like,
dude. Yeah, and you can like,
like a Mars attacks guy. You know?
yeah, and you one of your attacks is you can probe people, and then you can like take over a human form so that you can walk around the streets normally and shit. Like it was actually a really fun game.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think it was Attack
Destroy all humans.
Destroy all
Yeah,
humans.
getting there. We were
Yeah,
getting close.
We're getting close. Yeah, no, that game was legit. So like that game has the main character you play as is third person is like the normal, very cliche alien that
Gray or whatever.
Yeah, the gray, big head, big eye, black eyes. Would you guys say aliens, in your opinion, could possibly be like that? Or the first ones that we discover or make contact with, whether that's in 1,000 years, 100,000 years, or next year, you know? Would you say that they look like that, or they look like something closer to like Arrival, where it's like these floating beings that kind of like speak in this weird like vibration, you know, like they look like what's the things in StarCraft that for Zerg that you have to like the mother things that you have to produce to like be able to produce more units.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, like the hives.
Yeah,
or
like the
whatever,
hives, like
yeah.
they're just like these floating tentacle Cthulhu, not Cthulhu, but
Overlords is what you're
Yeah,
talking
overlords,
about. Those
exactly.
are fucked up, dude. So with the aliens, there's like multiple ways that it could go. So they could either be like something that nothing we would expect at all, and just like really, really different, and like we have no concept of life outside of our planet, basically, because it's so different. Or life follows like a series of rules, and honestly, just because like the humanoid like design is really good, like that might naturally happen on other planets because of how well we dominated here. The exact same thing could have happened in other places, because it's basically life is like basically math, you know what I mean? So like like a what's it called, what's it called, like a design flaw, or not a flaw, like adaption or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So like I think the
Evolution.
same adaptions would probably naturally happen, and like the same series of life, like evolutions would happen in other places, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
If life started the same way, out of the same chemicals on a different.
If you believe in how evolution worked, we all were like a fish at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we all grew legs, and we all began to breathe on land, and that kind of thing.
Unless it's kind of like a butterfly effect, where like one wrong ancestor
Right.
got eaten by one wrong shark, and it completely changes the evolutionary tree. You know?
Oh snap! So then there's still like dumb fishes on another planet for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So like, life getting to the point it is now is fucking crazy. You know, like human life anyway.
Yeah.
That would be sick. They're like sharks. What's that one 90s movie? The sharks.
Jaws.
No, 1980.
Oh yeah, sure.
cartoon.
That's 70s.
79. Yeah.
It was a cartoon series. There were sharks.
Oh, wait, with rollerblades. With roller skates.
Street sharks.
Street sharks.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
They kind of look like that.
Awesome.
That was my favorite design of sharks ever.
There's
for
a whole
sure.
planet of them out there somewhere.
Dude, I love the street sharks, even though they were just like blatant Ninja Turtle ripoffs.
Oh, yeah.
like
sure.
shameless, dude.
There
Even
was
like the villains were
there
like
were-
shameless.
Yeah, there was a lot of Ninja Turtle ripoffs around that time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kind of the same,
Well, that's what I'm saying, like, about, like, making new designs for shit, though. Like, do you want to be the street sharks of the world, or do you want to be the fucking Ninja Turtles, bro? That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
Like,
there's another prediction. Street Sharks live action movie 2019.
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be right after the GoBots one. Shit.
I love it. Well, if Neil deGrasse Tyson's not tweeting out, being all like scared, getting me all scared and stuff, I guess I don't have much to worry about. I guess he's probably dealing with a lot of legal troubles right now.
Yeah.
He's probably keeping it on the DL right now.
Yeah.
Probably reduce social media presence.
He's hoping that people will just forget about anything that he did.
I
in the
honestly
80s.
forgot.
Yeah,
Honestly,
really?
like, we did a
His-
whole podcast.
His
and
publicist is
totally forgot.
Well, he touched women inappropriately and allegedly raped somebody. I think so. Well, you know, there's a lot of people going on the chopping block. The
Icky.
guillotine.
Yeah.
Did you just say guillotine?
Oh, I said icky.
Oh, okay. I thought you said guillotine the same time I did. I'm like,
Mindling.
yeah.
Right. Speaking of people in the news, there's a R. Kelly's like way in the news. Did
Dude,
you see that?
so like I don't have Lifetime. I don't have cable. We don't have cable.
I have no idea.
Who has cable? Oh, someone
No.
that likes sports. You know, like I don't.
Or likes watching Donald Trump hate.
Yeah,
I guess
you don't even
everyone
need
who
cable
doesn't.
for that. You know, but so apparently there's this Lifetime film
Mm-hmm.
that
It's like a little docu-series.
yeah.
Yep.
You want to spit to it?
I didn't read into it. There was honestly so many different articles that I like got overwhelmed and I stopped reading.
So the big
But-
takeaway is that people are using this docu-series on Lifetime as a true storytelling of R. Kelly's, like how he treated women and
sexcapades and
sex.
just,
You know, he in 2005 he was videotaped of like peeing on somebody.
Yeah.
like some.
Yeah.
When in
young-
reality, this is like an entertainment thing, is what you're saying? Or
Well, I mean,
Um,
it's basically meant to shine light on how shitty of a person he is, just
So-
like the docu-series on the football player that what's
I
his
know
name?
who you're talking about.
Jesus,
Are you
90s.
talking about the guy that
Ford Bronco.
beat the, OJ. Okay.
OJ Simpson.
Okay, I was thinking the guy that was killing dogs.
Oh yeah,
Mike
Michael
Vick.
Vick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a football player. Yeah, that's a real football player there.
And I was also thinking the guy that beat the shit out of his wife or whatever.
Oh, like every other football player.
Yikes.
So basically, that docu-series on O.J. Simpson was meant to show you how awful O.J. was. I mean, he came out with a book saying how I got away with it or whatever, right? So, like, this one's
He
the same-
did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought, dude, I just saw him on an interview with like the Borat guy. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think he knew it was the Borat guy, and he just kept making fun of him for like killing the girl. It was so fucking funny.
Wow.
You would have to see it. Dude.
I'd have to
It is
look
the
into
most
that.
funny
What's his
thing
name?
I've-
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny, dude. He's just
Jesus.
like, hey, keep away from my girl. I don't want you to go stabbing. no, don't go like this to her.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my God.
He's a crazy man, dude.
Yeah.
He
He
puts
is.
himself in insane social interactions and, like,
Oh, yeah.
dude, he...
I mean, some people don't feel that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't feel like the heat, like the sun ray on your back, like the heat burning.
Oh, it was on my face, dude.
Yeah, on my face. So, yeah,
Could
this
not do
R.
anything
Kelly
like
thing
that.
is insane. I think Nick's booting up some details on it. But basically, everybody that has collaborated with him has been, like, apologizing for it. Chance the Rapper, I believe. A whole bunch of rappers and pop artists out there that have collaborated with him are just like, we should not have done that. I did not take these accusations seriously.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of celebrities are just denouncing him now after this. It said that in this series, Surviving R. Kelly,
What a bait title.
that there was like 50 different women, you know, kind of telling their stories throughout this docu-series. He had an estranged daughter that I guess hadn't really been known before, and she came out and said that there was a lot of shit in her childhood that she didn't want to talk about, and she moved away from him.
She didn't want to talk about it.
Well, she hadn't been in the news or the spotlight during all of the shit since the pissing incident, going 10 years whatever removed. She just didn't talk to any social media presences about it or anything because she didn't want to be in the spotlight. But TMZ or like someone eventually cracked her, and they got a statement just
dollar bills, y'all.
just basically stating that her childhood was shit. There was like some Chicago radio stations that stopped playing his music now because of this. He was going to have a concert series in Illinois as well, but they refused his permit, so they are refusing to let him play a show there. Like, there's a lot of shit's going down since this thing came out.
The thing is, like, I'm not on his side. I've always thought he was a little weirdo, like, with this pissing thing, like, in 15. So, I mean, you can piss on people, but not when they don't want it, kind of thing.
So people were saying that he actually had a sex cult, is what they were saying.
Wow.
So,
I mean, like, he's got a whole cult. I mean, he must be pretty good at pissing, is all I'm saying, dude. He's a straight shooter.
Legit. But,
straight shit.
But,
God.
dude, all I'm getting...
Wait, like, he's not found guilty in a court of law, is what I was trying to get at. Like, he's not, there's no... I haven't seen it. I actually wrote it down, like, to ask Lydia to find me, like, a streaming website so I could illegally stream it because I don't have lifetime.
You gotta watch out for R. Kelly streams, but...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Trey.
Dude, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I don't think you want that in your search history.
R. Kelly streams. Next thing you know, he comes out of the ceiling.
You
Just
see a girl with a mouthful, and you're like...
Oh my god.
Jesus. Hopefully he stayed hydrated. Didn't eat that asparagus.
No cuttlefish.
Asparagus.
Asparagus pea is the fucking worst.
It's stinky. Oh, fuck.
Man,
but, I mean,
guys,
like, who listens to R. Kelly in 2019 anyway? Who gives a shit?
Right,
Who's going to
yeah.
R. Kelly concert, you irrelevant fucks? Come on.
Yeah, what does he come out with since, like, he's trapped in a closet or some shit? Isn't that
Dude,
him?
Trapped in the Closet is the funniest thing on YouTube to this day, dude. There is literally, like, it's pretty far into the series, but, like, there's a part where there's a legit midget fucking his girlfriend, and he's in the closet and, like, watching the midget fuck him, and then pulls out his gun. You know,
I do
crazy.
remember trying to watch through all those like 5 or 6 years ago because I'd never watched them.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of them, dude.
Yeah,
There's
whiskey.
a lot of them.
Drink a lot of whiskey,
Yeah.
and then you can watch so much. You can get through a lot of R. Kelly if you're drunk enough.
That was like a viral video before viral videos,
Right.
dude.
Yeah, no.
Viral music video, essentially. And, like, South Park, they did not let up on him. They just railed into him forever.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably going to, like, in the process right now as we speak, writing something to annihilate this dude.
I almost think he's too irrelevant for South Park to fuck with anymore.
I don't know, man. This made the rounds. This whole Lifetime show with Surviving R. Kelly thing.
Yep.
Like, and we haven't even gotten into, like, what he actually is accused of. 'Cause
No,
all we know is that he's just awful, and, like, I think he, like, legit did lock up a woman, and she was under 18, and
He married Aliyah when she was 15.
yeah, that's what.
He didn't know that she was 15 supposedly.
Married her?
Yeah.
Like, and like live with her. Like, no one
I'm just kind of scrolling through. If you just search R. Kelly news, like the articles don't stop. Like,
yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, he's gonna be on South Park soon.
Lawyer claims that R. Kelly didn't know about Elia's age because she lied, and she was 15.
We find out that he did all of this awful things in like the past.
There's so many
to be on South Park again.
Right. He's just trying to be relevant.
I'm trying to stay relevant, bro. There's no more closets.
Yeah, because South Park is the most relevant TV show on television. Like, Jesus Christ.
God damn, you're firing that spitfire today.
Well, I mean, like, I love South Park. It's just not in its prime.
Yeah. One could say that they have so much good material now that they don't even know how to use it. Like, there's Jesus so Christ, much going right? Like, on, yeah, there's so much awful shit going on that they don't even know what to do.
They probably just have like, just like one of those spinning board things. Like, what do we pick this for this episode? And then,
do you remember like probably a year or two ago now? They said that they aren't going to cover Donald Trump anymore because it's just too close to like they can't like write anything worse than what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like what the heck?
They're just literally just writing what he's doing.
Dude, the Donald Trump shit was pretty funny though that they did where Canada built a wall between America and Canada or whatever, and like Trump's like, hey, what do you guys got over there? And the Canadians are like, whole bunch of cool shit, buddy. Bet you wish you could come over here.
Hey, shit, synchronicities. Another one of these articles says R. Kelly has been hiding out in Trump Tower, Chicago. Police received a tip that Kelly was holding 2 women against their will. This was yesterday.
No shit.
Trump is like, don't charge him for those rooms. He can have all the rooms.
It's on the house.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
That's what Donald Trump does, dude. There's a supercut of him addressing the nation this week where he's just literally going like this. It's just his breathing, his like cocaine like sniffle breathing like he does. Like
he's like kind of like one of those like bulldogs where he's like breathing properly and he just like can't really fully breathe correctly ever.
He's got the jowls for it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit, he is totally an American bulldog.
Yeah, no, they have to like inseminate his wife because he can't like mount her properly.
Oh my god.
That's so good, dude. Yeah, I can totally see it, but that sucks, man, because I love how bulldogs look, man. I love bulldogs. That would be like if they didn't have the health issues they did, where it costs like literally like $5,000 in vet bills like in their lifetime. It's like insane how much you can spend on a regular American bulldog or even English bulldog. Dude, I would get one in a heartbeat. I love those little meat nuggets.
Oh yeah, me too.
Balls of meat.
That's all shit because of breeding.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sucks.
I just prefer like good-looking animals. Like,
I don't know why. I've always had this infatuation with things that are just like little meatballs.
No, I mean they're like
meatballs.
cute in like an ugly way. Like I know what you mean. Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. So Donald Trump is an alien.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we've learned.
Yeah.
Speaking of weirdo aliens, though, I do want to talk about Kanye West and this whole Coachella thing, dude. So I'm going to put it up on the video wall here so we can kind of follow along if we have to. But basically, Coachella has been working for multiple years. Like, this is how it's one of the biggest music festivals in the country, in the world, really. Like, it's one of the most popular. It gets the biggest names as far as, like, top 40 hits and how many albums this certain artist is selling and whatnot.
Right.
They work years in advance to get their lineup. Like, for instance, Beyonce was supposed to play in 2017. She got pregnant. She couldn't play in 2017. And then they put her on for 2018. So last April, I believe, when Coachella happened, she played and she burned the house down. Like, it was one of the most insane performances I'd ever seen. I watched it live, Coachella. But they do this thing. Like, they bring up this lineup. They bring up these hot mega stars years in advance. So they've been trying to get Kanye West for multiple years. I'm pretty sure he played in 2016. So ever since then, they're like, okay, dude, let's get you again for next year or the year after or maybe 2019. That's what was supposed to happen. This year, 2019, Kanye West supposed to headline one of the days. And if you don't know, Coachella is 2 weekends back to back. So that'd be 2 Kanye West shows. And this was all supposed to go down, but 2 days before the announcement, so it got announced on January 3rd. I don't know if you guys have seen the lineup. It's bonkers, of course.
I haven't.
But he was supposed to be announced 2 days before, though. He calls and he's like, hey, dudes, Like, I need this giant dome, pyramid motherfucking thing built. Specially for me, my performance only, and I'm not going to play unless you guys build this for me. And the Paul Tollett, the co-founder, of Coachella is like, we can't do that because we already have, like, well in advance, like, the build out of the entire festival, where each stage is. You're on the main stage, bro. It's one of the biggest main stages ever.
Right.
Where the toilets go and all this. And he's just like, wait, I'm on vacation right now with my family. Why are you talking to me about porta potties? Literally, he allegedly, he said this. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, he's so ridiculously full of himself. It's insane. But it goes on. And, like, Scooter Braun, if you guys don't know out there, he's like a world famous manager at this point in time. He managed Justin Bieber, and after that, he started managing the biggest stars ever. And by manager, if you guys don't know, like, they book the tour dates, they do all the get all the publicity like rolled up, they do all the deals, they get a huge ass cut, 10% or whatever, depending on. He's the manager of Post Malone, he's the manager of Ariana Grande, he was the manager of Kanye West 2 times in 2018. He fired him, or they like separated once and then they got together again. Then in December they broke up again. But he wants this gigantic dome pyramid thing. If you don't know Kanye West's live shows, he's like tries to outdo himself. He's trying to do something crazy, interesting, or weird. Like, for instance, he had this like glass like platform that he performed on that was just hanging above the crowd. Like a few years ago, I think it was Coachella 2016, and then last year he performed with Pusha T. I think it's in the article here. But he performed with Pusha T, another rapper, and they performed in this giant glass box. Like, he's just always trying to do something weird. So I can respect the fact that he's an artist with a vision, but dude, you're getting $2 to $5 million as a headliner, which is, I love that number because we talk about the numbers, how much Skrillex is getting paid for Electric Forest and like that kind of thing all the time. These are the biggest megastars ever, and they're performing for 2 weekends. They're saying like the top headliners are getting in between $2 to $5 million.
That's crazy.
It's interesting. But, dudes, this mother effer is just...
He cracks me up.
He's too much, man. I can't even, like... I don't get it. Like, why is he able just to be the kind of guy he is and just, like, get off scot-free? Like, I do love so much of his music.
Right.
Especially, like, the beginning, older, first 3-4 albums. But, jeez.
I wonder if they would just... meet his demands, I guess, because that's going to bring in a lot of... They
can't. He's off the tour. Ariana Grande is now performing in his place. Oh. So he's no longer going to be on Coachella.
What a fucking weirdo. Like I think that we're going to see, like, in the future, like, Kanye's on the wrong side of history, basically. And we're going to see, like, probably in 10 years or something, like, some, like, weird expose documentary about how, like, what a... psychopath he actually is.
Surviving Kanye West, the Kim Kardashian story.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
or the Northwest story, his daughter.
That would be even better. It's like, he was like telling me all of this weird shit about like what I had to do to be famous, and like he's just a very weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that at some point he's gonna snap and we're gonna see some really hilarious shit go down.
Dude, yeah.
But like, this is like being like, yo, dude, this is 2 days before the show. Build a 100-foot statue to me, please.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I'm not gonna come unless there's a 100-foot statue when I get there. You know, it's just like selfish and stupid and like short notice and like inconsiderate of everyone else in the entire fucking planet. Like,
one good thing that came from this. Tame Impala got moved up from like a tier 2 to a headliner. So good for them. They deserve it. But yeah, dude, I'm with you. Like, he wants to have like basically an entire like statue dome thing pyramid built for him. He's for like one performance or 2 performances, 2 weekends. Like, in
this
April.
Giant obelisk.
This guy legit thinks he's a god. Like, I mean, if you've ever heard him like talk, like he legit thinks he's like so fucking smart and thinks. Like, I saw him talking, like, about Donald Trump, and, like, he was just, like, going on this weird tangent, like, being how, like, Donald Trump is, like, the best, and he's like, you think this is free thinking? This is free thinking, right? You think I'm thinking free? And, like, just, like, actually fucking crazy. Like,
yeah, dude.
I don't know, man.
I would totally see that documentary though.
Yeah, surviving Kanye West, the Kim Northwest story.
Just him
Or
talking
just,
makes
like,
me uncomfortable.
I want like a
Crazy.
day in the life. Just strap a fucking GoPro to him and let me see what.
actually his life is actually like. That'd be interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
Like uncut. Like,
Yeah.
'cause I
Just-
think he probably treats people like shit.
Or yeah, just like a 24-hour live stream of him.
Did you see
like,
that video though that just came out like a few months ago? He was in Chicago and like a homeless guy came up to him and his posse. He had like 6 dudes surrounding him, 2 gigantic dudes, security guards, of course. Like he's in
Right.
Chicago.
Right.
Like, you have to be when you're that big of a star. But like he had so many people with him. So the homeless guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, do you have money?" He takes out, or no, he didn't take out any money. So this is what I want to get to. 2 things. The first thing, he didn't take out any money. He told like his posse, give him $100. So the dude takes the money out. So he doesn't even handle his own cash.
Right.
Like, so he is just, dude, he's at that point. Kim Kardashian, being married to her, of course, has helped. Especially in this downtime we have, like, with his music, in my opinion. But he's so disconnected from just being a dude day to day. Like, he probably hasn't done laundry in, like, 20 years. That kind of thing,
sure.
you know? He hasn't brewed his own coffee in so long.
Yeah.
Like, he has somebody do literally everything for him so that he can focus on the art. And I do that in quotes because, like, he thinks that, like, making a certain shoelace is art. Which, I mean, in a way it is. But, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. That's fucking... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I don't even know what to say.
I just think it's like interesting. Like he hasn't had to do anything that I do probably 99% of the week. He hasn't done that ever.
I just don't think that makes you like a worse person. Like I think that you can get disconnected from people very easily, and that's where he's at, where he like has like just some weird like delusion of grandeur in his head, where he's like ascended humanity basically, but like I don't know. I don't think that necessarily makes you like a bad person. Because like, I mean, look at Bill Murray, you know, a guy that's probably in a similar situation money wise where he doesn't have to do anything like that. But is he like a Kanye West level like, idiot? You know what I mean? Like, no.
He photobombs at people's weddings or like wedding crashes. Like
he went to like a college party and like did their dishes. You know what I mean? Like it's just like shit like that. It's money doesn't cause that. It's like money hitting a certain person does that, you know.
Sure.
So
I think stardom, like you're so disconnected from reality and other human beings, day-to-day people, which is 99.9% of the country, you know, or whatever statistic you want to throw out. You lose like empathy, like you lose the ability to be in someone else's shoes, random Joe Smith down the street, or you know, like whatever. I just feel like he like is so numb to like what actually is going on now, like in the world.
Yeah.
He just thinks that he doesn't understand that him saying he supports Donald Trump and free drink thinking and make America great again, red hats. Like he doesn't understand that just divides, and like you can't. I think you should be able to talk about like who you support as an artist and as anybody, but like he is just, it hurt him saying that hurt so many people in the sense that like they held him so high as an artist or like your favorite musician. And then he has to he just likes to be divisive, whatever, however you want to say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at with Kanye though, is I think that he is like, his publicists are so good and shit that I think almost everything he does is like a calculated move. Like, I think that like getting with Kim Kardashian was literally a calculated like move, like, you know, and I think maybe even this is like a calculated move that like it'd be more beneficial for him to just stir up the pot for free, like, and like would get more out of it than actually getting that $5 million, you know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure money is not a issue for him.
No.
I don't know what his net worth is, but
I mean,
it's got to be,
since he's married to Kim, like in the hundreds of millions, because she has a mobile game on iOS and like an emoji app and like all these things, like emoji keyboard or whatever, that she just brings in like millions and millions a day just with this like fashion, like that's hot. I don't know, like that's personal.
I mean, yeah.
But she has like just like these things, dude, like living with the Kardashians or whatever. Like,
that's that celebrity influence, man. You can once you've reached like celebritydom, you can like sell anything. Like it's crazy.
Did you see this documentary on Netflix called The American Meme? Did you watch it?
No.
That's where I got that Paris Hilton thing from earlier.
Oh.
It's basically just like, it didn't give me the feel goods like I wanted it to, but like, so it's essentially about like social media fame, you know? So like it talks to like Paris Hilton and a bunch of these like people that were big when Vine was a thing.
Sure.
Like they got super famous from that, and like guys that are insta famous right now, but like they aren't actually doing shit, and like how that affects them. And it went through some of their like traumas and like how they're handling the fame and all that shit. And there's one guy that like just goes to parties and like films them and like sprays champagne all over titties, and like that's his thing. But then he's but then he's just like, I drink myself to sleep every night because I party all the time, and it's like ruining my life.
I think I saw
like,
Lydia watching it, like walk by the living room at one point. Yeah, okay.
But it was really cool. Like I was hoping for it to have more of like a lesson behind it, like, oh, and now I'm gonna try to live in the real world more, but like it didn't really have that influence. But I liked and so what I was gonna say is the what's her name, Kim K? I didn't know that she was Britney Spears' like assistant.
I never knew that either.
I didn't. Yeah, before she like got big, she was Britney Spears' assistant. I thought that was crazy.
Man, we were just talking about OJ earlier, and her dad, Daddy Kardashian, Robert Kardashian, is represented OJ Simpson.
Oh.
Or no.
Oh wait, no.
He was his friend, I believe.
He was the original attorney, and then I thought he stepped down, and then there was some other guy.
They were still friends. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then that one dude stepped in that said, "If the glove don't fit, you must have quit."
Yeah.
Most
90s,
famous
dude.
line ever. Crazy. I love the 90s.
I need to watch that documentary,
It's-
though. That
it's
sounds
pretty cool.
interesting, because I've been thinking a lot about that. Like, once
right.
you reach a certain level of celebritydom, you, like, literally can't, like, turn it off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm, like, recognizable on the streets.
Right.
And now my life is kind of ruined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. It's almost like I want to be famous for certain things. I think about that. You fantasize about it. I mean, who doesn't in some ways? But then you think about that. Like your day-to-day that you love or can appreciate now is morphed 100%.
Right. It was cool because like there was the one chick, I forget her name, you would know her probably if I said the name, but she was huge on Vine, and now Vine is not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So and now she's just like, I have nothing, you know. Like I was like making a shit ton of money from my videos, and now I have to like start from square one again, and I'm like 35 and like
see, that's like
trying to start my acting career or something, you know. Like
wow.
That's why they tell you to not like put it all into one like platform. It's because you're just so vulnerable to like okay, tomorrow Instagram shuts down for whatever reason. It's like your one source of income was based on someone else's company. Like you were just like participating on their like free thing,
and you're gambling, because who knows if
it
could end, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you couldn't leverage your like directly leverage your Vine following into an Instagram following. So it would be so fucking easy, dude.
I think she tried, and she just wasn't really that relevant anymore.
Like Vine videos are perfect for Instagram, like 15 seconds, or whatever. It's like I don't.
Vine was 6 seconds.
Oh, well, that would probably not play as well on Instagram.
Yeah.
But you could do like story. Yeah, there's like other ways. You need to like. I think you need to be able to do exactly what you say. Like leverage that following. Also, just think about like you have to be thinking about the future. You need to have a manager like Kanye West.
like look at the Wonder Years. They're like trying to get away from pop punk because they know it's a fucking sinking ship. You know, like they're like diversifying. Like any smart artist or any smart business has like a plan for when shit hits the fan. You know, it's like,
if we look at Des Moines as a little terrarium or however you want to call it of like music culture, it's insane to me because it's like so easy to apply that to literally the entire how everything has gone in like the last like 10 years, because pop punk was huge in Des Moines forever. Like our friend group generation in a way was like so invested in pop punk. Hardcore, metalcore. I mean, Jesus, Des Moines hardcore, DMHC, like all that stuff. And now it's Woolies sells out shows that are either EDM or country. And like it's just crazy to me. Like you can look at Des Moines as a really good picture of like what is happening in the whole music industry.
That sounds like it's kind of happening everywhere though. Like Malachi, last time he was on, we were talking about music and if he had been hitting up any shows on the East Coast and in the Carolinas, and he said the scene was just dying and shit there too. Like, you know, it's just not really.
Well, yeah, because music changes and like interest changes, and not everyone is committed to like this shit that you're into. You know, you can love pop punk all you want, but it doesn't mean that the show is gonna like sell out because you think it's good.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Just other like shit changes. You know.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for episode 102 EZPZ Podcast. Appreciate you guys out there, whoever is out there, whoever you are out there.
Any aliens listening?
Hello.
Let's send this into space. I think this is a great episode to send into space.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some good signals.
Dude,
back.
I don't think this would leave a good impression.
My
Hey,
home address
I had
is.
fun too.
But you can find Trey at totally.trey on Instagram, totally_Trey on Twitter. You got some... You've been doing a lot of like video work. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out,
Yeah.
you know, because like video editing is like important for all of like the content creation shit.
So those 60-second videos, are you surprised at how long it takes for you to actually make them?
Yeah, right now it's like 3 hours for like a 60, maybe 2 hours, you know. So like, I figure like eventually it'll be down to an hour or half hour where I can, because I'm like learning how to fucking zoom in on like individual sources and shit, and like that's really all my videos are right now. Is like just there's something I like in my head I want to learn how to do with the software, like change colors of shit or whatever, or like do like a image that is like see through and shit like that.
Yeah,
you know, so
transparency and stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like it. It's gonna be sick, dude. When you get those skills up online, then you can teach me a few things, because I don't know how to do anything but move things and cut things.
It's honestly really easy, man. I can show you a lot of stuff. So
sick. All right, Totally Games Cast this Wednesday, 4:30 to 5:30. You can find me at Shaun S. Johnson, EZPZ at TheEZPZ on everything. Nick Bazooka_Nick.
Yep.
Working on some art this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Got his art show in
May.
May. As soon as we get closer to that, we will definitely toss you guys an invite officially out there. So thank you for joining us for episode 102. This has been EZPZ Podcast, and we out.
Bruh.
Bye.